नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तमलकं च शिष्यं तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। भगवद्गीता अध्याय 4 श्लोक 11। ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस्तथैव भजाम्यहम्। मम वर्त्मानुवर्तन्ते मनुष्याः पार्थ सर्वशः। ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तान् तथैव भजाम्यहम्। For which purpose people take refuge at Ishwar? The same purpose is granted by Ishvara. The blessing of Ishvara is dependent on what the people seek from Ishvara and what they work for. People get what they seek and people get what they deserve. One has to seek and one has to deserve it. Then Ishvara grants them the given result. And it is explained based on the 4 types of bhaktas. We will see the bhashya. Ataha, therefore, means एकस्य मुमुक्षुत्वं फलार्थित्वं च युगपत्न संभवति. One cannot be a phalarthi and a mumukshu in the same time. One cannot seek material gain as well as spiritual growth at the same time. If one has to gain something, one has to give up the other. Ataha, therefore, ye phalarthinaha, the phalarthis, the people who want material result, they are very religious people. They are bhaktas. They worship Ishvara in various forms. But their goal is material prosperity. They want wealth, health, and all other forms of happiness, and also Swarga. They don't want moksha. Ye phalarthinaha tan phalapradanena. Ishvara blesses them with the phalapradanam, giving them their result. The result that they want. They get material prosperity if they work for it. There are many forms of rituals meant for material prosperity. Ye yathoktakarinastu aphalarthinaha mumukshavaha. Then there are aphalarthinaha mumukshavaha. The mumukshus who are aphalarthinaha. They don't want phala. They don't want material prosperity. They are yathoktakarinaha. They follow all the injunctions of the Shastra. Yathoktakarinaha. They do what has been told by the Shastra. Means they perform the Nitya Karma, Naimittika Karma, ityadi. Tan Jnana Pradanena. Ishvara grants them Jnana. He gives them Chitta Shuddhi. And then he makes the Guru available, makes a time available, grants them favorable condition to pursue Jnana. That is how Ishvara blesses them if they are mumukshus. So, even to study Vedanta, one should have the grace of Ishvara. Getting a proper opportunity to study Vedanta. If there is no grace, then there will be disturbances. All of you have seen. It is because of lack of grace. Therefore, one should keep praying. Let me study Vedanta and get Atmajnana without any obstacles. One should pray for Ishvaranugraha. Tatha artan artiharanena. Ye jnaninaha sannyasinaha mumukshavaschcha. So this is about Jnani Bhakta. The first one was Artharthi Bhakta. Second one was Jijnasu Bhakta. And third one is about Jnani Bhakta. Ye jnaninaha sannyasinaha. The jnanis who are sannyasis, mumukshavaschcha, and they are mumukshus. Tan moksha pradanena, I grant moksha to them. Tatha, similarly, artan artiharanena, the people who are afflicted, artan artiharanena, by removing their affliction. Ityevam, in this manner, yatha prapadyante ye yatha prapadyante, in whatsoever manner people take refuge at Bhagavan, tan tatha eva bhajami ityarthaha. I bless them in the same manner. न पुनः रागद्वेषनिमित्तं मोहनिमित्तं वा कंचित् भजामि. Instead, पुनः रागद्वेषनिमित्तं मोहनिमित्तं वा कंचित् न भजामि. I do not bless anyone because of ragadvesha. I like someone more, I like someone less. Moha nimittam va, or because of moha, because of delusion, I don't bless anyone. Unlike an ordinary human being, an ordinary human being can be biased. He can be partial because of various forms of ragadvesha. Nepotism. We hear about nepotism nowadays in every field. Even in Bollywood, there is nepotism. In government also there can be nepotism. In any company there can be nepotism. My relatives should get a job. In politics also there is nepotism. The same family, the president of a particular party should be from the same family. There is an MBBS party. Mother, brother, brother-in-law, sister party. You can find out which party it is. So, nepotism, ragadvesha nimittam. The human beings have ragadvesha. And sometimes moha nimittam. This person behaves nicely with me, whereas the other person is quiet. He is quietly doing his work, what he is supposed to do. But the other person butters me up. Then I have moha towards this person who is buttering me up. And I am more favorable to him. I ignore the other person who is doing his work quietly because he is not buttering me up. It is moha. A human being can have moha. But Ishvara does not have ragadvesha. He does not have nepotism. He is my son. Therefore, I will give him job. Ishvara doesn't do it. And Ishvara doesn't have moha also. He knows everything. What is inside a person, what is a person's attitude, what are his actions. Bhagavan knows everything. Therefore, one may feel, I am doing good work, I am doing lot of service, but nobody is recognizing me. One might feel so. The human beings might not have recognized him, but Bhagavan recognizes everything. And he will definitely give the phala also. The phala may not come directly from a human being, but Bhagavan gives the phala. So, aham kanchid ragadvesha nimittam moha nimittam va na bhajami. Sarvathapi sarvavasthasya mama ishvarasya vartma margam anuvartante manushyaha yat phalarthitaya yasmin karmani adhikritaha ye prayatante te manushyaha atra uchyante हे पार्थ सर्वशः सर्वप्रकारैः सर्वथापि in all respects sarvavasthasya mama ishvarasya Ishvara who is present in everything sarvavasthasya Ishvara who is sarvasmin avasthitaha iti sarvavasthaha one who is present in everything. Vartma means margam, my path. Anuvartante manushyaha, the people do follow. People always follow my path in terms of karma and karma phala. Because the scheme of karma and karma phala, who should get what result of a given phala, it is arranged by Ishvara. Ishvara is karma phala data. Therefore, nobody can bypass Ishvara as far as karma and karma phala is concerned. One cannot escape from Ishvara as far as karma is concerned. Mama vartmanu vartante. People follow Ishvara's path. They follow the path laid by Ishvara. They are bound by the laws laid by Ishvara as far as karma and karma phala are concerned. No one can deceive Bhagavan. And no one can bypass Bhagavan. One may worship any other devata for a particular result. He may think, I will not go to Ishvara. I will get result from any other devata or any other human being. But whether it is any other devata or any other human being, ultimately the phala is given by Ishvara. the possibility of getting a phala for a particular karma is laid down by Ishvara. Therefore, mama vartmanuvartante yat phalarthitaya yasmin karmani adhikritaha yat phalarthitaya, with the desire for which given result, yasmin karmani, in a particular karma, adhikritaha, people who are entitled, the people entitled for a particular type of karma, qualified to do a particular type of karma, prayatante, they make effort, te manushyaha, te atra manushyaha uchyante, they are called manushyaha. So manushyaha mama vartma anuvartante, the human beings follow my path. Who are human beings? Bhashyakara explains who are human beings. The human beings are the people who are qualified to perform karma for a given result. Karmani adhikritaha ityartha. Karmani adhikritaha are mostly human beings. Sometimes it may be devatas also. Devatas are entitled to perform some kind of karma. It will be clarified later on. Devatas are qualified for manasa karma, upasanam, not the physical karma. Therefore, Bhashyakara says, Manushyaha includes everyone who is entitled to perform any karma enjoined by the Shastra. He Partha Sarvashaha Sarvaprakaraihi, in all respects. Sambandha for the next verse. Tava Ishvarasya, is there before? Yadi, okay. Yadi Tava Ishvarasya Ragadveshabhavat Sarva Pranishu Anujighikshayam Tulyayam Sarvaphala Pradhana Samarthe Cha Tvayi Sati Vasudevas Sarvam Iti Jnanenaiva Mumukshvas Santaha Kasmat Tvameva Sarvena Pratipadyante Iti Shrinu Tatra Karanam. So, now one more question is possible. Yadi Tava Ishvarasya Ragadvesha Bhavat, you are Ishvara, and you said you don't have Ragadvesha. And Sarva Pranishu Anujighikshayam Tulyayam. Anujighriksha. Anugrahitum Ichha Anujighriksha. The desire for blessing everyone is same. Anujighriksha. Anugraha is not same. But Anujighriksha is same. Ishvara's readiness to bless, the readiness to bless is same. But what blessing he gives, it depends on what they deserve. But the readiness to bless, it is same with respect to everyone. Anujighrikshaayam tulyayam. Ishvara's anujighriksha is tulya. Sarva pranishu. In all beings. Therefore, sarva phala pradhana samarthe chatvai. You are capable of giving all kind of result. Sarva phala pradhana samarthe tvai. You are capable of giving any kind of result. Because all results are given by Ishvara. But you don't give them the result because they are not asking. You are not giving moksha to someone, you are not giving jnana to someone because he is not asking for it. He is not seeking it. Why they are not seeking? Why some people are not seeking moksha? That is the question. Vasudevas sarvam iti jnanena eva mumukshavas santaha. Mumukshavaha santaha. Being mumukshus. Vasudevas sarvam iti jnanena eva. With the jnana, Vasudeva sarvam, everything is Vasudeva. Iti jnanena, this is jnana. Everything is Vasudeva and I am Vasudeva. This is a jnana. Sarvam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Kasmat tvameva sarvena pratipadyante. Why everyone do not attain me? Why everyone do not attain you? Through the jnana. Because everyone can become mumukshus and everyone can easily ask for jnana. Why people are not desisting from asking for jnana? Why they are seeking other things? Shrinu tatra karanam. Please listen the reason why everyone is not seeking Atma Jnana. So the question is, you can easily grant jnana and moksha to the people. Arjuna is asking Krishna, you can easily grant jnana and you can easily grant moksha to the people. But you are not granting it because people are not seeking it. It was told in the previous shloka. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tans tathaiva bhajamyaham. Why they are not seeking it? See, the Sambandha Bhashya for the previous shloka was different. Why you are not giving moksha to everyone? Kebhyashchideva atmabhavam prayachasi. You are giving moksha to only some people. Why is it so? It was the Sambandha for the previous one. Then Krishna said, what? People ask for other things. Therefore, even if I have stock, I cannot sell moksha to everyone. It is not in demand. There is stock, there is supply, but there is no demand. So my supply is based on demand. There is no much demand for moksha in the market. So I am not giving moksha to everyone. This was Krishna's answer. Then, on this answer, another question is arising. Why people are not asking for moksha? Why everyone cannot ask for moksha? Yes, moksha is Parama Purushartha. Then Bhagavan says, though moksha is Parama Purushartha, majority of the people do not get inclined to attain moksha. Instead, they get attracted to karma phala in the form of material pleasure, material well-being. Kāṅkṣantah karmanām siddhim yajanta iha devatāha kṣipram hi manushe loke siddhirbhavati karmaja. Karmanam siddhim kāṅkṣantah iha devataha yajanti. Iha, in this world, majority of the people karmanam siddhim kāṅkṣantah, with the desire to attain the result of karma. Karmanam siddhim means karmanam phalam, the result of karma. Kāṅkṣantah, desiring. Devataha yajanti, people worship various devatas. Even those who worship devatas, even those who are bhaktas, they are not interested in moksha. The secular people are not interested in moksha. But not only the secular people, even the non-secular people, the bhaktas, are also not interested in moksha. Even they want material prosperity. And that is why they worship the devatas. Majority of the people do only kamya karma. Why kamya karma is attractive? Instead of performing nishkama karma, instead of seeking to attain moksha through nishkama karma, why kamya karma seems attractive? Then Bhagavan says, people want immediate benefit. We want things that happens immediately. The moksha itself seems remote. Whether moksha is possible or not, even that is remote. Even the possibility of moksha seems quite remote for many people. And even if you say you can get moksha, people ask, how long should I work for it? Krishna says, many janmas. It can take many janmas also. Don't expect any immediate benefit. Aneka janma samsiddhaha bahunam janmanamante. At least in 2 places in Gita, Krishna says it takes many janmas. It can take many janmas. Not that it has to take many janmas until you get jnana. It cannot happen in a 10 days camp. It cannot even happen in a few years. It is a course of many janmas. So moksha, the pursuit of moksha requires patience. One has to work with the patience. That is the only way to attain moksha. There is no bypass. There is no quick fix for moksha. But that is what people don't want. They try to find some quick fix solution. Something that can give them instant relief. Instant pleasure. And the karma, kamya karma, the material pleasure attained through kamya karma, seem to give it. The quick fix. It seemed to solve our problem. But unfortunately, it does not solve the real problem. Most often it happens that way. People try quick fix solution. Not only in terms of moksha, but even in small things. People try quick fix solution, even for any disease. They don't go for proper treatment. Instead, they will try some quick fix. क्षिप्रम हि मानुषे लोके सिद्धिर्भवति कर्मजा. मानुषे लोके, in the manushya loka, karmaja siddhi, the siddhi, the success born of karma, karmaja siddhi, means karma phala. Kshipram bhavati, it happens quickly. Karma yields its phala quickly. Whereas moksha is not so quick. That is why people are attracted to kamya karma and people are not attracted to moksha. Kangshantaha abhipsantaha karmanam siddhim phalanishpattim prarthayantaha yajante iha अस्मिन् लोके देवताः इंद्राग्न्याद्याः अथ यः अन्यां देवतामुपास्ते अन्योऽसौ अन्योऽहमस्मीति न स वेद यथा पशुः एवं स देवानाम् इति श्रुतेः तेषां हि भिन्नदेवतायाजिनां फलाकाङ्क्षिणां क्षिप्रं शीघ्रं हि यस्मात् मानुषे लोके मनुष्यलोके हि शास्त्राधिकारः क्षिप्रं हि मानुषे लोके इति विशेषणात् अन्येष्वपि कर्मफलसिद्धिं दर्शयति भगवान् मानुषे लोके वर्णाश्रमादिकर्माणि इति विशेषः तेषाञ्च वर्णाश्रमाद्यधिकारिणां कर्मिणां फलसिद्धिः क्षिप्रं भवति कर्मजा कर्मणो जाता कांक्षन्तः अभीप्सन्तः. Another reading is prarthayantaha, which is there in your book. Abhipsantaha, desiring. Karmanam siddhim, the success of karma. And success of karma is phalanishpattim, accomplishment of result, production of result. Prarthayantaha, kangshantaha is equal to abhipsantaha equal to prarthayantaha, seeking. Yajante, they worship. Iha means asmin loke, in this world. Devataha yajante, they worship devatas. Indragnadyaha, they worship Indra, Agni, etc. Indra, Agni, ityadi devataha yajante. Why do they worship Indra, Agni, etc.? Why they don't worship Paramatma? Why they don't worship Ishvara? Instead, why do they worship Indra, Agni, ityadi devataha? Then Bhagavan says, it is because of their ajnana. They don't know that there is one Paramatma who is capable of giving all forms of results, including moksha. They don't know that there is Paramatma, and worshipping Paramatma will lead to infinite result. There is an infinite Paramatma, and worshipping Him, taking refuge at Him, will give infinite result. And the infinite result is moksha. They are not aware of it. Instead, they look upon the devatas as limited beings, different from oneself. Their understanding of spirituality is restricted to limited devatas, limited beings as devatas, capable of giving limited result. That is their understanding of spirituality. These people who are not mumukshus, their understanding of spirituality is only this much. What? There are limited beings called devatas. Even devatas are limited beings with some special power. And they are capable of giving limited result. Like wealth, etc. Their understanding of spirituality is limited to that extent. They don't know that there is a Paramatma who is free from all limitation, and seeking refuge at Paramatma will give the limitless result. They are not aware of it. That is why they worship various devatas. Even if they go to any temple, they will worship Ishvara only as a limited devata. They will go to Visa Balaji temple. And in their understanding, the Visa Balaji is capable of giving only visa. He is just a visa agent. A limited devata capable of giving limited result. They don't even know that they can seek something greater. And Krishna criticizes such people in Bhagavad Gita. They are ignorant ones, deluded ones. Ye pyanya devata bhaktaha yajante shraddhayanvitaha. They have shraddha, but they are worshipping anya devataha. The devatas who are different from the self, and they are limited beings. Tepi mameva kaunteya yajanti avidhi purvakam. Avidhi purvakam. Ajnana purvakam. They are ignorant. And as a proof of their ignorance, Bhashyakara quotes from Brihadaranyaka-upanishad. Athayaha anyam devatam upaste. One who worships anya devata. Anya Devata means the Devata different from Atma. Devata different from Atma is Devata different from Paramatma. I am different, the Devata is different. If this is their understanding, then he is Anya Devata. What constitutes Anya Devata is not the particular form that he is worshipping. It is his understanding that constitutes Anya Devata. He may be worshipping the same Krishna or Rama or Shiva, but if he worships the Devata as different from the self, as different from oneself, as a limited individual, as a limited being with some super power, then it is Anya Devata. That is why in our pujas also we say, Soham Bhavena Pujayet. One should worship with the understanding that the Paramatma is not different from the self. The one who I am worshipping is all pervasive and he is my Atma also. This understanding is included even in puja. Therefore, the spiritual pursuit includes Advaita even in its beginning. Even to begin with, you have the idea of oneness. Soham Bhavena Pujayet. But this person is worshipping the Devata, thinking that the Devata is different. And Krishna calls them, Bhashyakara calls them Bhinna Devata Yajinaha. So, Athaye yaha anyam devatam upaste anyosau anyohamasmiti. With the attitude, I am anyaha, I am different and the Devata is different. Nasa Veda, he doesn't know. He has not understood the concept of Paramatma. Yatha Pashuhu evam sadevanam. And in his ignorance, he remains as a Pashu of the Devatas, like a cattle of the Devatas. Just like the cows, horses, etc. serve the purpose of a human being. This Ajnani, who does not seek moksha, instead he seeks material benefit by worshipping the Devatas. He is like a Pashu of the Devatas. The Devatas benefit from him because he gives oblation to the Devatas. The Devatas make use of him. It is a criticism of the Ajnani. Ajnaha devanam pashuhu. Iti shrutehe. This is a Shruti Vakya in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, which also condemns a person who thinks the devatas are different and worships them. And here we should understand that the Shruti or Krishna don't intend to say that it is absolutely bad to worship any devata like Indra, etc. Because the same Krishna has talked about karma in the form of worshipping the devatas in chapter 3. It is all right at a particular stage of spiritual growth for a beginner in some stage. It is all right to worship various devatas. But this is, now Krishna is addressing another stage of spiritual growth, where he wants people to have a better understanding and to grow out of worshipping various devatas as limited beings for a limited result, and to seek moksha, taking refuge at Paramatma. Therefore, when the Shruti, when the Shastra criticizes something, it is not meant for criticism. It is for glorifying a greater sadhana. For glorifying a greater sadhana, a lesser sadhana is sometimes criticized in the Shastra. It is called Nahi Ninda Nyaya. Nahi Ninda Nyaya. Nahi Ninda Nindyam Ninditum Pravartate Kintu Prakritasya Stutyartham. A Ninda is not meant for Ninda. It is meant for Stuti. Therefore, the criticism of Anya Devata Upasanam is not meant for criticizing, but it is to glorify Paramatma Upasanam, Parameshwara Upasanam, as a superior type of sadhana. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.